I'm Frank, and I like to do it myself. I have a 2016 Mercedes-Benz GLE 350. The problem I'm having with it is that the parking brake, the electronic parking brake, is stuck in an unlocked or open position. And I'm getting flashes on my dashboard that say to look for the problem in the service manual. Let's take a look. So when I'm in the car and the car is running, you can see the park light is flashing. I've got the amber P symbol, which is the parking brake, and the message that says parking brake, see operator's manual. So you look in the official owner's manual and find that it is totally worthless. It doesn't even give this as an item to look for. It just doesn't say anything at all about this particular condition. Then it will tell you sometimes to look at the digital manual. Okay, let's do that. So we will navigate to the owner's manual, which is the digital owner's manual, because it says to look at a lot of stuff in there. I'm going to go to keyword search, go to parking brake, display message, or electronic brake. I'll try display message first. As you can see, it doesn't really tell you anything at all, just how to use it. Let's go back and go to parking brake. Now we'll go to electric parking brake. Applying, releasing manually, applying automatically, releasing automatically. Let's see what this says. Push to engage. Let's see where we're at. I did hear one of them go, but I'm still getting the message. When I enter the service mode and select pad replacement, that should move everything, but condition's not correct. Try again. Now I'm pulling on the parking brake. Some people say pull on it for 10 seconds. That's not working. We push in again. So we'll try again. Condition's still not correct. So I still have a problem. So now I've hooked up my Foxwell code reader. We're going to see what's going to be happening. It's easy just to use the smart VIN. So now we know we have the correct car. And let's just hit control modules, electronic parking brake. And let's read codes. So I've got the right brake caliper has a malfunction. There is an open circuit. The control unit has a malfunction. The command position cannot be reached. So I either have a problem in the right brake caliper's electronic motor or actuator, or there's a problem in the control circuit. So we're going to take a look at that. One of the first things too, that since I have manually moved the position of the actuator back and forth, I'm going to now erase the codes. Codes cleared, and it comes right back. So let's get out of this. Actuator motors. I'm looking at the live data, and what I'm going to do is manually move the parking brake I can hear the motor run. You probably might be able to on the video also. But what I'm going to be looking at is power consumption of the left parking brake actuator motor, power consumption of the right electronic actuator motor. So let's take a look and see what these are. As I'm cycling back and forth, you can see that there's not any power consumption that's happening on the right actuator motor. And that's consistent with the code that said there was a problem or open circuit on the right actuator motor. Let's take a look here at the shutdown current component of the left and the right. And you see that the right motor, nothing changes as I cycle. The left motor, it does. And we'll come down here to voltage on the left and voltage on the right. And I'm getting no voltage on the left or right. I mean, on the right. I'm getting voltage on the left, not getting voltage on the right. So either the right actuator motor is bad and not working, or there is a problem with the actual control module that's not allowing the voltage to go through or the commands to go through. But we're going to start by replacing that right actuator motor. This is a new actuator motor. This is what will go on the rear caliper. It's held in by 2 bolts. And then right in there is the wiring harness connector. Now, I was able to pick this up brand new from Amazon for $37. When I called the Mercedes dealer, they wanted $388. I think Amazon's a better price. It is an aftermarket unit, but basically it's an electric motor that then this part attaches to the caliper that as the motor turns will either lock the brake or unlock the brake. So let's get it in. It should be a simple process and not take very long. I'll start by getting the car up on some jack stands. I'll take the tire off. You can get to the actuator motor with the tire on, but I think it would be easy if you wanted to leave the tire on if you were able to get the car up on a lift. When you're working down low to the ground, getting the tire off just gives you a lot more room. When you're working under the car, please make sure that safety comes first. I raise the car up on with my jack at the lift point. I have a jack stand under the lower control arm, and I put this tire under the side of the car. So now I have 3 things that would have to completely fail before I'd get crushed getting under here, and that's unlikely. This right here is the actuator motor. So here's the first bolt. This is a Torx T30 bolt. All right, now that both of those bolts are out, it's just a matter of taking this piece and pulling it out. The new actuator comes with O-rings and new retaining bolts as well. So everything's going to be fresh when you put this back in. The O-ring snaps over this portion right here. This is the old one. I'm going to remove it and then we'll put the new one on. All right, the new motor is just going to go in and then screwed down in those 2 spots again.
You can feel it slide over when it's properly placed. These should fit flush in here. And I'm going to tighten them. I don't have a torque specification for this bolt, so I'm just going to say tight. You want to make sure that everything is flush along here, where it fits against the rest of the caliper, which it does. This portion up here, I'm just going to slide back in. When you get this piece in, it will snap into place. You'll feel it snap. And now it's going to be this. And I heard that click. So that snapped into place. And we should be good to go, new actuator motor. So now it's time to test it out. All right, let's look at this voltages again. All right, we got good voltages on both of the motors, where before, remember, we had no voltage on the right motor. I cleared the codes, and now I'm looking to read the codes again. System passed, no fault found. Let's start the car up and see if we get those flashes. All right, I'm not getting any error messages. Let's go ahead and put it in gear. Parking brake went off as it should. I'm going to put it in park. And we're good to go. Check the error messages. No messages. All right. Success. Bad actuator motor on the emergency parking brake. Problem solved. And it took about less than an hour, about 45 minutes to an hour really to do. You can see the clock and see how long it took, but don't forget that I'm doing some filming and everything else at the same time. So it's an easy job to do. The proper thing is or the right thing to do is to have the diagnostic equipment that you can look and see what the problem is. So for about less than an hour's worth of work and $37 from Amazon, we've got the car's emergency electronic parking brake working again properly.